Alright, so now here we are back in hardware. After we switched out the roll, it says please press enter. So we will do so. Scary noises, starts up. Okay, we have to set the origin. We do that by hitting position. So what I'm going to do is back position off, and you have to do this a little bit at a time because it's schizophrenic and it'll just take the roll and just eject it if you don't. So I just press a little bit at a time. Right there is going to be my origin. And you can see this little knife object right here. It has to be over the top of the vinyl. Very important. If you do not do so, what will happen is it will start cutting, and then it'll start hitting this plastic, and then it'll dull the knife, and the knife is about 50 to 75 bucks. I even have a $150 one that cuts cardboard and stuff, so don't damage the blade. Okay? I'll find you. Alright, so after you get done, you hit origin. Okay, it says origin point set. Good job. Okay. There's conditions. The conditions are pretty much set, but I like to keep the speed at 20. To change conditions, you hit condition, and you can mouse or pan over, and you can change 20 to actually 20. So that's under speed. And you can see there's condition number tool, offset, force, speed, and quality. Speed is 20. The other one is 1, 0, 90U, offset of 0, force of 12, speed of 20, quality of 2. I read that, but just want to make sure I'm doing my job here. Alright, when you are done with that, you can hit condition, and then the condition is pretty much set in stone. Alright, back to the software side of things. A lot of work for a t-shirt, right? Not really. This is cool stuff. So file, Cutting Master Pro, or Cutting Master 2. Let's go into cut and plot. Big scary window pops up, and first thing I'm going to do is set my orientation to portrait. And I'm going to say user defined media because that way I can state how much media I need and not waste any. And what did I state? Well, it's going to be 14, and it's also going to be 7 inches. There we go. Now, I can set my job size here if I want to. I can make it grow a little bit, whatever. I can fit to media. But what I would suggest to you is get in the habit of making it correct in Illustrator. That way, in here, it's a lot easier to deal with. Okay. What I'm going to do is jog this over some. I love putting this in the center. Don't get it anywhere close to the outside edge, top or bottom, so leave quite a gap here. Here's the gap I have. Okay. This will prevent the needle or cutter to go off of the thing and start dulling the blade. So make sure you do this. Alright. Now, when I hit send, it should be all good. Let's go over to on location and watch it work. It's pretty fast, so hopefully my camera catch up here. So it's cutting it out. What I would suggest to you is always keep your design, pretty primitive, if you go cutting out like, oh, let's say a comic book hero, you're going to be all day peeling vinyl. Okay, so let's kind of look at the peeling vinyl process and how fun that is. So what I'm going to do is jog this ahead just a little bit. I can see the design right here. It's ended right there. So what I'm going to do, oh, a little bit further actually. Forgot I had the cool tribal name there. Okay, so the tribal design, or the T, stops right here. Take my trusty orange sword, and cut it out. Alright, so I don't know if you're going to be able to see this or not, but let's say it stops here and stops here. What I'm going to do is chop those off. Notice this green block right here. It's important. Use one, because I don't want you to cut on this nice wood surface. Get one of these. Maybe there's one always here. And we're just going to cut this right there. Cut some extra off. You want to cut as much extra off as possible because peeling this stuff is kind of a pain process. Okay, what you have to do is take this little knife and you go in between the two layers. There's two layers here. There's the actual plastic and there's a see-through plastic. See? Ooh. So what we're going to do is peel that all away. And I like to do this in one big fail swoop at first and then peel out the little sections that are in between the letters. Like the letter A has a little section. Sometimes it helps if you keep this flat and just do one big broad tear. I used to take my time and say, you know, I'm going to take an hour doing this, but I found that if you do it pretty quickly, it does rip a little bit, but it only rips on the design that needs to be peeled off anyway. So, all right, that's where the favorite tool of all students, this is the one that disappears more often than anything. I don't know what they do with it. They take it home and they torture the cat or what. It's a little tiny X-Acto knife. Get it out of your system. I'm watching you use this thing. Okay? All right, yeah, it's only got a 1/4 inch blade. It's not that cool. So it stays over here. So now I am doing the fun stuff. That's peeling off all the extra gobbledygook that comes in between all the letters. Boy, this is probably the most boring thing you ever watched on video, but when I say it's fun. And this is where, as I said, you don't want to get too complex with things, because if you do, you're going to be peeling these things off all day. And, I don't know, but I have gotten very detailed before. You can get very detailed, all depends on your OCD level. If you could handle peeling this stuff for 2 hours just for one t-shirt, that's cool. Just remember it's due by Friday. And there we go. Nice. So this is green tribal, on a green t-shirt. Isn't that going to be cool? Yeah. But it's a brighter green than the ugly Kelly green t-shirt. So in the next little section, we're going to put this on the t-shirt using a very hot press. And I'll show you how to do that. For now, you should clean up your work area, because